Trey Adelet, and I am the one of the partners at RTW as well as the director of Atlanta.
Okay, perfect.
And one of the founders and one of the owners. He say partner because it sounds he's trying to be humble.
Yeah. So we use the titles interchangeably, but yes, co-founder,
Yeah.
partner. Yes.
Okay.
My name's Lavelle Munger. I'm one of the owners as well. Lavelle, Lave, capital Vell, Munger,
Yep.
Monger. I am the one of the owners and the director of business development and community outreach, and I also oversee our marketing and communications team. And I would just leave it at that because when you're owner, you do everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right. So talk to me. This got pitched to me kind of as a, story about one business helping an underserved community. Um, Kind of walk me through what that looks like for you guys.
well, it started at a very young age. Growing up, you don't see too many photography companies in the city, let alone in communities like Parramore. So when we moved out of the garage in 2020, that was one of the emphasis that how can we get connected to our people? And at the time, Creative Village was on the verge and just did the ribbon cutting and all those fun things happening. So being a millennial owned business, I love saying millennial because we keep getting older, and I don't know how long we can be young, but being a millennial owned business and being people of color, it was pivotal for us to be in a community with individuals that look like us, just so they can see it. I remember in high school driving on two buses just to go to the nearest photography studio and are going to Sears for the holidays to take family photos or JC Penney's and things like that. So having a photography studio that's accessible to families was important. And then also the future of photography. So many individuals that can grab a camera or they can just utilize their phone. So being good stewards of the resources and skills that we had and putting and planting those in communities like Paramore's was important.
And I
Yeah.
think to add to Lavelle's point, so we are very intentional about this being a photography company. I think traditionally when you think about photography company, you think about a photographer. And so this was a collective of three minds that came together and said, hey, we want to build something that's greater than just kind of one individual photographer. So we were very intentional about that. Also, to be, transparent, we are a black owned business. We're owned by three black men. We thought that that was very important that there was a professional place that the community, that businesses, that anyone can come to and have professional moments captured. So whether that's photography or videography, there's a well-qualified, well-credentialed professional organization that is minority owned that you can come to and support in your local community. So we were very intentional about those decisions up front as we were finding the company and moving it strategically to the Parramore. So really just capturing, students graduating from college, them wanting to commemorate that moment with them and their families, maybe a couple that's getting engaged. And so that's really our humble beginnings. That's how we started, is really just in portrait photography and very simple events. And throughout the years, we've needed a space where our clients can come and feel comfortable. So capturing that graduation shoot indoors or capturing that headshot, that professional headshot that you need for your first job into a studio. So that's really what led to us getting our own studio space in Paramore. And we've just been super excited to grow with many of our clients. Some of our clients have come back and have had multiple experiences, and we've been able to capture multiple moments with them. So from graduations to starting a business to getting engaged, starting a family. We and then now we do one of the highlights that we do every year are our holiday photos. So, in November, maybe even in October, November, and December, like our studio is packed, and it's always great to see our clients come back year after year and to see how their families have grown. So I was responsible for doing the wedding consultations. I was really the first point of contact with any client that was interested in doing wedding photography services with RTW. And one of the things that kept consistently popping up was lighting, making sure that folks of darker skin tones, like our skin wasn't washed out or that we weren't looking too dark. And so that's when we knew that there was a real big need for our services within the community. There were a lot of clients that wanted quality professional photos, but they wanted to make sure that they looked their best. And so that theme has kind of continued throughout the legacy of our company, is making sure that we capture everyone in their true essence and that we can do it at an affordable price where they are able to get quality services. So regardless of what skin tone you have, we can capture that and make sure that we also capture the moments surrounding that.
That's interesting.
And
You don't realize that. Go ahead.
I would say, yeah, to add to that on the flip side, because he did an amazing job talking about the client interaction. A couple years ago, we had an individual that stayed in one of the apartments above us and was really persistent. Like he called, sent out emails to the point that he just walked down and knocked on the door and was like, "Hey, I submitted a application to be an intern. I'd love to learn from you all." And things like that really just makes our heart warm because I still have a DM from a guy that I reached out to in 2018 about internship opportunities, just trying to pick his brain and learn and figure out, okay, how can I do this photography thing and how can I take it to the next level? I knew I had the skills, I bought the right equipment, I just didn't know how to make it a business. And now that individual that came knocking on our studio, he has a full studio of his own and he's doing amazing things. Graduated from UCF as well. And so like stories like that, it shows the importance of having something in the proximity of people and that the our community they can become what they can see and what they can believe in. And now that we have UCF and Valencia in the downtown campus right there, we have students that come over all the time that may be interested in photography but just don't know how to get that leap, never touched a professional camera. So for the last 4 to 5 years, we also been having tons of interns from the downtown campus come over and learn how to take photos, learn how to take videos.
Background. So
And
Lavelle, Darius, and I, the three owners, we all have master's degrees in areas that are not photography or artistic.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, my background is I have 2 degrees in accounting. Darius has 2 degrees in engineering. Lavelle has an undergrad in anthropology and then a master's in higher education. So neither one of us is really connected to photography, visual arts. This is something that was birthed out of, a passion and opportunity.